Attention. The movie guys love movies.
Aren't you supposed to say any comments about and then reference something happening in the news?
There isn't anything happening in the news.
Right. Okay, well, we'll just play one of our old attentions then. No one will notice.
Attention. The movie guys love movies. Any comments about how we've just seen the best Batman ever are purely for entertainment purposes only. Isn't that right, Val Kilmer?
People forget. And that's what we're here for, to remind you.
We're here to remind people that Val Kilmer was Batman?
Was a Batman.
There's a long history of Batmans, right?
Please tell me we're doing other stuff besides that.
Please tell me you haven't pinned your hopes on Val Kilmer.
I like the fact that there's many Batmans, so that's Batmen.
Batmans.
That's 20 years old, that movie.
Oh, no, it can't be, because I'm only 32.
I'm barely 19.
Well, it was a slow news week. Normally, past few weeks we had Letterman leaving, or Cosby scandal, or tax day, or whatever. We always had something going on.
Nobody's been poisoning anybody to have sex with them.
Nobody's poisoning or diddling or cheating or lying or...
Well, at least there's no news about it. I think those things are still happening. Just nobody's been caught lately. So
you can blame the media.
Plenty of diddling going out there.
There was a Point Break trailer. I think that's all that came out. Was a remake of Point Break, got a trailer, and it's lame.
I think that something good happened. Oh, gosh. What was it? Somebody did something nice. The Rock married some people that were fans of his. He didn't marry them, but he officiated their wedding.
Well, that's
nice.
Surprise
Sure.
to the groom. That was quite
That's
a
cool.
flip. That was pretty cool.
But if anyone could marry two people, it would be The Rock.
And the dude was a total fan. You could tell he was a hardcore. He was like big and sweaty. He's like, he was all excited the Rock showed up.
Tell he was a big fan. He was sweaty.
I just had my own counterpoint. All of a sudden, I realized that is not cool. He just upstaged the bride.
Oh.
Well, if she brought him in, was it her idea?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Then it'd be okay.
That's
Good
a
call.
super gift, right?
She's super bride.
She threw herself in front of the bus. And
Did you see the dress? She could use some upstaging.
Oh, boy.
Zing!
How are you?
One other news thing that
Flawless.
happened, Robert De Niro showed up at NYU to do the commencement speech, and he got quoted because he basically said, "You fucked."
Why wouldn't he say
that's not basically. He said that. That's a quote.
Really? Those words?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was all euphemistically.
No.
Fucked.
He said, well, you're good luck or whatever. You're fucked.
Was that a joke? Was he being helpful?
No, he's probably looking a little pessimistically in the future to prepare people to be,
Dark
So
days
when
ahead.
they-
exactly.
Here's what he's doing. So when they get to be our age and they're fucked, he just already said, "Look, I warned you."
Yeah.
Well,
Be prepared.
There is audio of it after all.
Oh, good.
I am like God, and God like me. I am as large as God. He is as small as I.
Might have been Cape Fear, but either way, it's De Niro. So
Either way, you get the point.
either way, I think something like that inspires.
Either way, I wish that would have happened at my graduation. I can't remember a damn thing the person said.
I got some more audio.
Oh, good.
A man become preeminent, he is expected to have enthusiasms. Enthusiasms.
That sounds more like what I heard at my graduation. Yeah.
What am mine? What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy? Baseball.
And he whacked the dean over the head. It was exciting.
I'm still jealous. I would have enjoyed that.
Hey, actually, let me give you a formal welcome to everybody. Welcome to the movie Showcast, part of the vast and sprawling Movie Guys empire. And let's remember, until mankind is peaceful enough not to have violence on the news, there's no point in taking it out of shows that need it for entertainment value. You've reached ground zero for all things movies and comedy. We bring the two together right here on the show every week with jokes, rants, sketches, characters, bits, special guests, and more as we broadcast from the Admiral's Club in the heart of Burbank Airport's flyover zone. You already heard one. They don't stop making movies, so we don't stop making comedy shows about movies, which means you can get a new show every week. iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Vimeo, YouTube, Player.fm, and, of course, themovieguys.net. Absolutely free. And if you subscribe in any of these places, still free.
Oh. Yeah. I was actually going to reach for my wallet.
Nope.
As
Put
you were
that
saying
away.
that. No?
Put that
Oh,
away.
okay.
We're also on WBAD.net Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. Basically, just search the Movie Guys on Google or Yahoo or Bing, and we come right up. I'm your host for the hardest working comedy show on the airwaves, Paul Preston, here with Bart Caius.
I'm the guy.
And,
I'm the guy. I'm the guy.
And Karen Volpe.
A pond would be good for you.
And Adam is out again. I imagine he'll be back by the time Ant-Man is released. Actually, he stated for the record that he's yielding the floor because Bill Murray's in a movie. So,
I mean,
wise move.
We just said there's only so much time.
Back.
Should I leave too, Karen?
Yes,
Would it just
I
help?
need, I need to be alone.
Sitting in the whole show is a comedian, writer, and world-class improviser who, if you're in Los Angeles, appears in a Don't Miss It show, Dasoriski, Thursday nights at iOS, still going on?
That's true. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping up our, we're taking an unknown length of hiatus after June, so June's the time to see us.
So get out there Thursdays at 9, I believe,
Yes.
at iOS in Hollywood. Bob Dassie
Yay,
is
Bob Dassie.
He's my favorite
of the
of the Bob
Bob
Dassies.
Dassie.
yeah,
I like
the
him
Dash
best.
is the best part.
Happy to be here, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
talking movies today, and as ever, we're here to provide a service. Hollywood, puts out movies, and we want to let you know what they're all about before you go in. Come to us. We'll give you the once-over for new releases. And it's summer, so no shortage of big names hitting the screen this weekend with San Andreas, which has got to be a sequel to something if Dwayne Johnson is in it.
I'm guessing. Yep.
And Aloha, featuring 3 of the most attractive and charming performers working today, and John Krasinski.
Can't let one small meltdown destroy me.
A second chance? Who doesn't want a second chance? Your old boss wants you back. It's Hawaii, our old stomping ground.
Aloha.
Gilchrist, you're back in the game.
I want to introduce you to your Air Force liaison. She's a fast burner. A double espresso?
Morning, sir. I'm so jacked for today.
Make that a triple. The old ex-girlfriend. Pause for the memories. I don't even remember why we broke up.
Because you're a workaholic who creates work to avoid real work.
Well, I'm still working on that.
You wrecked everything, and I put my life back together in spite of you.
Okay, I let all that play because that's a lot in 38 seconds. I thought Avengers Age of Ultron had a lot going on. Aloha's got one thing after the next.
I'm sorry, I zoned out. There's no Bill Murray in that.
There
There is one.
What are you talking
When?
about?
Which one?
He had a
You're
couple
back
lines.
in the game. That one.
That's
Bill
it.
Murray.
Come on, it's not enough.
He
Bill
doesn't
Murray.
seem to be
Let me say it
prominently
again.
featured,
Nope.
unfortunately, in this
Thank
movie.
you.
He's
Not
got a
enough
Tom
Bill Murray.
Bosley credit. It's with and Bill Murray as.
And the rest.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
He's actually being billed as Tom Bosley. That's why he.
All right,
It's
well,
hard to find him there.
I'm sorry I didn't recognize his voice.
You're back in the game. You didn't recognize that?
No,
Bill
you're
Murray?
right. You're right. I don't know if.
I love that this is a movie that could have been filmed anywhere we launch missiles, but it's always in Hawaii. Like, how convenient that we get to go to Hawaii. Whenever somebody films a movie in Hawaii, I'm very suspicious.
Right. That's like it's a vacation. It's
Yeah.
a built-in vacation. Everybody, we're going to Hawaii, and we might shoot a movie while we're there.
Yeah, you notice how you can get bigger talent when you go to Hawaii too.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Oh, I'll be in that. Bill Murray's like, yeah, I'll do that one.
Last week I mentioned 51st Dates, which I am still a fan of, despite having watched it again. And and yeah, there's a movie that does not need to take place in Hawaii.
No?
Unless you want to get a nice tan and relax and have some fun.
Oh, Sandler does that all the time.
Yeah.
Where he's gonna put his movie wherever he wants to vacation next.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's why he did the other one. Blended was in.
Yep. Hey,
Yeah.
let's go to Africa.
Africa. Oh,
that's right.
Let's go on
Yeah.
safari.
That's
true.
Haven't done that yet.
He's beating the system. He's
The
doing
kids,
great.
the kids want to go on safari. Let's see if we can get MGM to write it off.
There you go. And they did.
Yeah, Apatow only stays in Santa Monica, so he hasn't taken advantage of the system yet. He's got to get on
He's gotta
Sandler's
learn.
thing.
Well, Trainwreck looks like that's in New York. So
Oh.
he did hop the country.
Oh, there
Hadn't
you
left
go.
the country yet. But he's due to write some
He hopped it.
Switzerland comedy where he can enjoy a nice vacation. Let's get on to our first film, which features women running in tight clothing
Ooh,
with their
sign me.
breasts pushed up,
Oh.
Dwayne Johnson flexing his muscles in the water, and sexy people being crushed by buildings collapsing in slow motion. I think we can safely call San Andreas natural disaster porn. Bart, let's tell the people what it's all about. This period piece tells the story of 16th century monk Saint Andreas, the patron saint of twerking, I think.
How could it be that and the big screen adaptation of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas?
Good point. It can't. Because none of that is true.
I see.
Because it can't be that and be a big budget CGI remake of the 1974 movie starring...
A dramatic new story with a cast of the screen's greatest names. Charlton Heston.
Damn! Brake pressure's dropping.
Karen Black.
I'm scared.
George Kennedy.
My wife and son are up there in that airplane. I'm going to Salt Lake City.
Gloria Swanson.
The hell with the jewelry. Let's put my book in here.
Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. Susan Clark. Comedian Sid Caesar. Myrna Loy. Linda Blair. And award-winning singer Helen Reddy as Sister Ruth.
Would you be more forgiving of your human imperfections if you realized you best friend was yourself.
Okay.
Best friend is
Two things. I love the long lists of casts from 70s disaster movies.
That was
If
amazing.
you've listened to the show, we've played them before. I love them. We all love them.
But let's get the real plot.
But wait a minute. That you can just see now how dead on the Zucker Abrams movie Airplane was.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Even just with the cast list.
Just listen to Charlton
Solid.
Heston deliver the one line of "the pressure's dropping."
Damn.
Damn.
Anyway, you were actually doing a survey.
Actually, I was going to try to get the real plot here, which is The Rock stops an earthquake from destroying the world. Okay, that's not exactly what happens either. But he could if he wanted to. Hulk Hogan couldn't. Fucking pussy.
The Johnson Rock, as my mother calls him, stars in this modern disaster movie about Ray, a search and rescue helicopter pilot who tries to pile drive Mother Nature into calming the fuck down after a devastating earthquake destroys pretty much the entire coastline of California, much to the delight of everyone who couldn't afford to live near the beach and had to move to the valley.
And for those listeners of ours who are big gamers, I'd like to take a moment and give you the cheat codes to San Andreas. If you'd like to skip to the scene where The Rock saves his daughter, just enter circle, triangle, triangle, up, R1, L2, up, triangle, L1, down.
Now, if you want to skip to the scene where The Rock delivers a witty line about how he's going to do something badass, then it's square, R1 left, R2, R1 left, square, down, L1, L1, triangle.
Okay, and if you want to skip to the scene where he's shirtless,
Oh, I do,
Karen,
I do.
This is for
okay,
you.
let me write this down.
Then it's square, square, left, R2, down, R1, triangle.
All right, I think I got that. And you said R1 triangle.
And down. Yeah.
Calm
Down.
down.
Thank you.
From what we can see in the trailer, The Rock pretty much just flies around Los Angeles all day in his helicopter, just looking for people to pluck from wayward rock climbs, errant canyon drives, and drunken hikes to the Hollywood sign. So it's no small stretch that he happens to be in the air, hovering nearby, not far from the building his wife is in when the big one hits.
As the city around her crumbles to the ground, she rushes to the rooftop, which I think is step one in earthquake safety. Get to the highest floor of the building you're at.
And once she's several hundred feet above the ground as the structure under her practically dissolves, The Rock literally swoops in to save her.
Wait, I need to go back. Did you say that it's no small stretch that The Rock is a helicopter pilot who just happens to be flying around in his helicopter not far from the office building his wife is in just as the earthquake hits? Trapping her on the roof of the building?
That's right, Paul. No small stretch at all. Just good, solid, believable movie making. Now, if it were Hulk Hogan flying that whirly bird, well, that would be a stretch.
What do you have? Okay. Once Mr. Johnson has scooped up his wife, it's off to San Francisco to save his daughter. But there's only room for 3 people in the helicopter, so the rest of the population of California will have to fend for itself.
Now, a lot of plot descriptions of this movie use the word estranged to describe Ray's relationship with both his wife and daughter. And I got to tell you, for being estranged, these people seem to do a lot of hugging and sharing of feelings.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Now, despite the big star and the Roland Emmerich-sized hatred of standing buildings in our state capitals, San Andreas is essentially the story of a fault.
We all have our little faults. Mine's in California.
If you don't know what that is, then you aren't watching the right movies.
Oh, the San Andreas Fault. Maybe you've heard of it.
Yes, it's the joining together of 2 land masses. The fault line is unstable and shifting, which is why you get earthquakes in California from time to time.
Wonderful. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wow. New York gets charming Woody Allen movies over and over again, and we get this.
That's true. They love destroying Los Angeles in the movie. Day After Tomorrow, Volcano.
They say it's a 9.0 in this movie. And if you've seen the trailer, the destruction is complete. That's got to be 11, 12,
We've
right?
had 7s around here.
Yeah.
What was
that's 2
Northridge?
away? That's 2 away.
Well, I think that there's a build up of it, right? Because there doesn't Paul Giamatti comes in and starts talking about there's going to be a bigger one, something about there's one, and then there's going to be a bigger one.
This makes me want to see the movie.
I don't know if maybe they reversed the order, but it is something about something bigger's coming. We're all going to die.
Well, here's the thing. Is it a little disingenuous at the end of the trailer now, a couple trailers in, they have like helpful tips at the end of the. Did you see that?
What?
They have
like stop, drop, and roll stuff?
Prepareandhelp.com.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And if you have earthquake issues or whatever, you can go to this website and find out.
Wait a minute. Maybe that's how they got funding.
Ah.
Maybe they did some sort of like, you put that in the movie and then we'll give you some natural disaster money.
I saw a headline on the
Right?
interwebs or the newspapers or somewhere where Mayor Garcetti thinks this is the thing that's going to get LA to be prepared.
Sure, the giant disaster.
Yes, he's like, this is the
Really?
one hopefully this will send the message.
Do you think there's a scene where The Rock is getting water bottles and putting them in his garage, and then those little tablets. Because, that always freaks me out. I want to have water in the garage, but I think that you have to have tablets of some kind.
There's 20 minutes of The Rock checking expirations on his cans of soup in the garage.
That's what I'm talking about. I do want to get a space blanket, however. I think that would be good.
Oh, sure. One of the shiny ones?
Yes,
Keep you
I
warm?
want that.
That's nice.
That's good.
You never know if it's inside out, though. That's the problem. You can never tell.
You look like a giant baked potato.
A space blanket. I want the space ice cream. Have you ever had the freeze-dried ice cream from like when we were kids? We went down.
Eat with the astronauts.
Yes, it's horrible.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, when we were kids, we went down to Kennedy Space Center and they hand that stuff out because it's from 1968 and they're trying to get rid of it. That's what they're doing. Here, take this home to Cleveland, idiot.
The astronauts didn't want this. The astronauts didn't want this at all.
12 years ago.
So a nice, fresh space ice cream would be good.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
You know, the best part about this movie is the huge cast.
Starring Michael Caine, Catherine Ross, Richard Widmark, Richard Chamberlain, Olivia de Havilland, Ben Johnson, Lee Grant, Jose Ferrer, Patty Duke Aston, Slim Pickens, Bradford Dillman, Fred McMurray, and Henry Fonda.
Everybody was somebody.
Come on. They were just grabbing people off the street. You know, in those 70s disaster movies, they were way ahead of the game of synergy, right? They had everybody Helen Reddy singing a song. They had the soundtrack going on. They had the stars. They had comedian Sid Caesar. They had everybody. They had every angle covered. They were like, everything's going to be in this movie, and then building's going to collapse.
I think you're onto something because they have all the people that are under contract, and they're like, we're just going to start checking off the things we have to get you through before we can kick you out. All right, we need one more movie from you. Helen Reddy, get in here.
And from Simplest Jr., I think it's over for you, but we got one more contract.
We got one more contractually. Let's get you in here.
We're going to burn this one off.
You'll die early.
Something's going to fall on you. Just get ready for it.
They just call them up. It's like school. You take attendance.
Yes.
And you're like, all right, you're here? Great. We're going to throw that on you.
Simplest Jr., you're wrapped forever.
Queen. Paul Newman, William Holden, Faye Dunaway, Fred Astaire, Susan Blakely, Richard Chamberlain, Jennifer Jones, O.J. Simpson, Robert Vaughn, and Robert Wagner.
How is he not just reading the phone book of Hollywood?
And this guy, hey, what's your name? You're in this movie.
Slim Pickens, you're in it.
Everybody, come one, come all. We're handing them out.
What's your name? Noah. Noah, you're in this movie.
Was that really a cast of something?
That was Towering Inferno.
Towering. Yeah. Oh, O.J. Simpson. Yeah, that gave it away.
Sure.
He was in a Best Picture nominee. Wow. That O.J. Simpson.
I wonder whatever happened to him.
I don't know.
Is he acting anymore?
Did he give up acting?
He might be acting, but in a whole different way.
Oh, yeah.
This is
acting like he likes it.
No.
One thing we should do, at the top of the trailer, The Rock, as you know, is talking about how he's going to spend all his time with his wife and kids, right? He's going,
what? Oh, in the movie.
In the movie, yeah. In the movie.
Not in real life.
Not in real life. He's got movies to do.
Yeah, Jesus, he's got like 10 movies to do.
See you guys later. I'm going to go do a movie about spending time with my wife and kids. But we're your wife and kids. You're not in a movie.
But you weren't cast.
That's right. Sorry.
You weren't right for the part. Sorry.
I got a hotter wife and better kids.
Next month, he's got a TV show coming out, too, called Ballers on HBO.
Oh, yeah.
This
with
guy's just
Rob
furious.
Corddry,
7
right?
and this. He just doesn't
He's
stop
everywhere.
making- Yeah.
He's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
He is everywhere.
You're saying something.
But,
about
I'm just saying, if you want your summer plans to go off without a hitch, just do not share excessive backstory like he's doing, talking about where he's going to go and do this stuff, because it's the number one killer of secondary characters. Isn't that right? Spoke's mascot, Dead Goose from Top Gun, because he always talked about everything he was going to do.
Oh, yeah?
And then he didn't make it. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
30 years old. I think the spoiler alert has been expired,
I
right?
think it's expired.
We do have, I think we have a 25-year limit on things around here, so you're good.
Statute of limitations.
Okay.
And spoiler alerts.
But it's true about the descriptions that I read. They keep classifying his wife as estranged, his daughter as estranged. And when you watch the trailer, everyone seems to be getting along, hugging, dropping people off at college, picking people up at the restaurant.
When there's a natural disaster, that's when everyone comes together. The rednecks, the transvestites, they all just get together because they're all like, we've got to stay alive.
We got to pull together. It's
Right.
us against the world. The world's trying to shake us off right now. Better hold on.
It's literally trying to
Shaking
swallow
off
us.
the hippies.
The rednecks and the transvestites get together because they get rid of the hippies.
Yeah, everybody agrees with getting rid of the hippies.
Everybody.
Shake them off. Shake them off the end. We need a revival of the hippies. That's what I think. It's
yeah,
because we got to shake them off, wake them up, and start some new ones.
New hippies?
New hippies. We need a whole new age of hippies.
I think we were talking about this before the camera rolled. I think millennials might be becoming our new hippies.
I don't know.
No, they don't have good enough music.
They shooting high enough. I mean, hippies looked lazy, but they had high aspirations.
Yeah,
hipsters look lazy.
They got too much of a trust fund usually behind it. It's like
that's the thing.
Yeah, real hippies. They got they're soaked in patchouli because they haven't showered and
And the millennial hipsters / hippies are soaked in like some really fancy perfume that
Well, they spend $500 a bottle to smell like a dirty hippie.
Oh, good. Okay.
Did you're from Chicago, right?
I am from Chicago, yes.
I remember first time we went down on Belmont and people were...
Steve Belmont? You went down on Steve
Belmont? Went down on Belmont.
He pays good.
I can't believe you're telling everyone this story.
I love that horse. We would go down to Belmont Avenue and there would be kids younger than me begging for change.
Yeah.
And we were in our early 20s. It made me crazy.
It was wild. It's like you gave up before you even started to try to think about doing something. You gave up... Forget it. I'm not even going to think about the future. I'm giving up now.
I think maybe Robert De Niro gave those kids their speech.
That's right.
That was their high school commencement.
No,
Don't even bother. Go beg.
Well, what I heard even was that they would just come in from the suburbs to just do that. Hey, it's Friday night. This is what we do.
They'd come in from Evanston and hang out.
Oh, wait a minute. As a pastime?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, let's just go hang out.
And there's nothing more
And ask for
annoying when
money.
you're going to a job that you don't want to do just so you can pay for improv classes and they're asking for money. And I'm like, are you kidding? I don't even want to be going to where I'm going to make money.
That's right. Yeah.
We have to pay Bob Dassie to teach us improv. I can't give you my money.
That's right. I demand a high dollar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it was the 20. Wait, it was the 90s in Chicago. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost said it was the 20s. That makes you really old.
Oh, we were doing the
He taught me the
Charleston. Boy, those were the days.
It was crazy and wacky, but he has some gams, ladies.
Well, last thing I want to talk about with this movie is we talked about The Rock being everywhere. He's got like Schwarzeneggerian type of promotional skills. I mean, he's everywhere.
Sure.
He's doing the TV shows. He's doing the viral videos. He took over IMDb today.
Oh,
He
really?
programmed it.
Shut up.
Yeah, so it's all rocked out. The whole page is all rock. Your favorite rock clips, your favorite rock movies, whatever. First of all, nobody cares about his name. He's The Rock, right?
That's right.
I love how he
Dwayne
keeps
Johnson.
calling himself Dwayne Johnson.
It's hard to go back. It's hard to go back to. It's like John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get. Then he's John Mellencamp. You know,
No, Johnny Cougar.
Drops the Cougar. He's like John Cougar.
I do like to see that he's. I do like seeing him stretch as an actor in this role because for a change, he's actually not destroying the city. He's helping save the
Save it. He's part of the. He's part of the.
It's
help.
a real growth for him as an actor.
He's gone. He's totally 180'd it.
He's usually blowing up the joint. Now he's like, hey, don't blow up the joint.
That's right.
Here he is. He appeared on Breaking Bad. You watch Breaking Bad? Remember when he was on Breaking Bad?
Oh yes, he was. Yeah. Remember that whole arc? It was like half a season.
That's
Let me play
right.
a little
Remember harder.
Now I remember.
Say my name.
That was a great scene.
Oh,
I love that.
The writing wasn't.
People were talking about that at work for days.
Oh boy, it was leaking on the internet.
Oh, remember this? He went in the spy genre for a while.
Oh, I love that one.
Bond. James Bond.
Know your role and shut your mouth!
Why would you say that to James Bond? He's wearing a tux.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad guys say all sorts of things to James Bond.
Say hello to my little friend! Turn that sumbitch sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass!
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
That was a
Gave Al Pacino the old what for with that line.
Scarface 3 though. That was the very
that was the
limited release Scarface.
Oh, of course, because it's a sequel, so it has to be. But what was he in? He was in. The Rock was in G.I. Joe 2.
Land of the Lost, the sequel.
He was in
right?
Fast and Furious.
I like G.I. Joe 2 as your first one out of the gate. Let's see. What was he in? Let's see. G.I. Joe 2.
Yeah, he leads with that too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's on his resume.
He was in that one about walking tall.
Well, no, that's not a sequel. Sequels goes.
Sequel.
He
It's a
is the
remake.
man.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe 2,
okay. Oops,
Fast
sorry.
5, 6, and 7.
Furious, right?
Journey to the
Center of the Earth. That's what
Undiscovered
I was
Island.
thinking.
Yep.
I thought it was
The
Land of the
sequel to
Lost
that.
too. Yeah.
The another Witch Mountain movie.
That's the other one I
was
thought it
in
was
that.
too.
Wow. I'll return to Rich Mountain.
He's
Yes.
out there.
I gotta say that when you're going through this list, I don't think I've ever seen a rock movie.
Now's your chance.
No, I mean throw some else. What
Okay,
was he,
now-
a babysitter in one?
Tooth Fairy. No, that was
No,
that
the
was
game
Vin-
plan.
Wasn't he Tooth Fairy though, or was that Vin Diesel?
He was. No, that was him. Vin Diesel was the pacifier.
Yeah. Pacifier.
Did you saw that? Did you see that there with kids?
No, I love my kids too much.
The Rundown. That was his first big. Be Cool.
All right.
Oh, Pain and Gain. Michael Bay. Movie.
I remember it. Didn't see it.
I think I'm out of.
I think I'm with you,
I can't,
Bob. I don't think I've seen.
I don't think
a
I've
single,
seen any of them.
I Walk Tall. I like that.
You did?
I did like
But that's
that.
a remake, so we're not calling that a sequel.
This is no offense to The Rock, mind you. It's just more like it's just a coincidence.
Right.
It's a mere coincidence.
You
that
went to the movies, and his movie just wasn't showing.
Not in the exact theater you were in.
Just so happened to be not the ticket I bought.
No, it was just something I fell through the cracks.
It's just weird.
I should apologize to him.
You know, he was actually saying something about that on IMDb today. He was like, why has Bob not seen my movies? And I really feel bad.
Yeah, that's pretty much why he programmed the whole website.
Wow. And I didn't even go on IMDb today.
No, I mean,
I feel bad.
there
I missed
again,
him completely.
You went to websites, you just didn't go to the one that he.
Right.
You were on the internet, right?
Well, part of it.
Little Facebook.
Piece of it.
Yeah. Not the right piece.
I did some emailings.
I really want you two guys to come together on San Andreas. You and The Rock patch things
Oh,
up.
I might. I mean, but I was reading the interview of the earthquake lady, the LA earthquake lady. Do you know what this is?
No.
I
No,
don't
what
know
is
what's
this?
happening, but I like it already.
The earthquake lady came to the premiere of San Andreas with The Rock. They brought her on there, like down the red carpet. She's the woman that, after an earthquake, gets on TV and says, "These are the things you should have done, but next time maybe you'll do them." You know this woman?
She sounds like a lot of fun.
That's her job?
Lisa something, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, her job, she is like the head of the earthquake thing. I think that's her title. And and so she was going and live tweeting her review on San Andreas and saying what was real and what was not real in the movie. And she pointed out how when the earth cracks open, she's like, when the earth cracks open, there is no longer a problem with an earthquake because the plates aren't rubbing against each other. So if the earth splits open, the earthquake goes away. And so she said that was a little bit of a flaw in the movie.
That's a huge flaw.
But
ruined
she still, there was an empowered woman in there that knows what she's doing. So
See the
that's
rack on that girl? Man.
Well, all right.
Wait,
Very empowered.
Very empowered.
She's very well empowered.
And you're right there
I
to
like that.
depower her.
Yeah, take the
Again.
power right away.
Well, who's the daughter in that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a shot of her standing in front of the window from behind,
Yeah.
and you can clearly see they directed thigh gap. There's like intentional.
Do you have
saying.
flaws, or did we
I don't
not?
have that, no.
Oh, okay.
Normally we have a theme when Bart starts to.
It's not a flaw. I'm just saying it was
Find flaws
clearly
in
done
beautiful
for
people.
that.
It's a flaw in the movie, the fact that we are noticing thigh gap.
Well,
I think
noticed
this
it.
movie is going to have a lot to talk about once it's seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's going to be like things that are just going to stand out. Like, can you believe they did ... Or how about that scene where they ... Because I think it's going to be all incredibly over the top. It's going to be spectacle.
I'll tell you why I'm going to see it. Over the Memorial Day weekend, this thing called Movie Pass, which seems like the greatest invention of all time,
They're going to think that through again once you start using it.
lowered its price,
Yeah.
and I bought one.
Okay.
$28, unlimited movies for the month.
What?
In the theater.
What?
This is the deal.
What?
Well, now it went back up to
I'll say
like
it one
30, 35 or whatever it is.
Wow.
And it's from the month when you buy it, so you get an entire
And then you
month.
buy it the next month. Now, if you cancel early, there are like cancellation fees if you don't have it for a year. I'm going to. I'm going to go to I'm going to see San Andreas now, thanks to Movie Pass, because I wasn't going to pay $12 to $16 to $20 or whatever it is for IMAX 3D ETX.
Which is the only way to see something like that, right? If I see San Andreas, it's going to be IMAX 3D chairs moving stuff.
Yeah, D-Box.
Yeah, I don't want to.
That's what it's called.
I don't want to shortchange it. D-Box, yeah.
D-Box.
All right, there you go.
Are they going to have some sort of light that will light up if it's a real earthquake?
That's true.
What if the earthquake hits
Right?
during that movie?
Yeah, guy comes in, everybody, we're going to die. Oh, that's the coolest.
Please.
Well done,
How
Arclight.
did they get this theater to move like this? It's
So meta. Oh, the movies theater's moving. The movie's moving. Everything's moving.
Hey, that happened to me once when I saw, what was the Steven Soderbergh movie about the disease that takes over the whole country?
Outbreak. No.
It was a benign title like that. I can't remember.
Infection or
viral
Yeah, it
or
wasn't
something.
infection.
Yeah.
No, it was someone with a C, wasn't it?
Contagion?
There you go. Contagion.
And the dude, and I heard somebody get a doctor from the back of the theater. I'm like, what's happening? Because it's surround sound. I think the dude did pass out, and they needed to get a doctor. We all had to stop this movie. We're all on edge because the movie's just like all about people, catching stuff.
Everyone's
and dying
dropping
off.
dead. Yep.
Then the dude passes out. It was not handsome.
Not good.
Not handsome.
Not handsome. All right, so let's get on to our next movie.
No thigh gap.
That's enough, San Andreas. Don't you think?
I think so.
I'll let you know how it is with my movie pass.
Please do.
You can even go to the New Beverly with the movie pass.
Are those transferable, Paul?
No.
How do they know?
In fact, they'll take them away if you.
And are they good for all over the area?
Yeah, like you can go to Playhouse 7.
Okay.
In Pasadena.
I like Pasadena.
Or you can come over to Burbank and go to any of the AMCs.
I'm going to look into
So
this.
all the new movies, all the art movies, everything. I mean, they don't know what they're getting into.
I will
They're
never
gonna
see you
lose
again.
money. They're going to start losing money.
Movies are expensive. I mean, movies are
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
That sounds like a deal.
If I go to one a week, you're making money. And I don't. I go to more than that.
Aha.
And some I don't go to because I can't afford it. But now,
But
if it's
now-
included, I'm in.
Boy.
I'm in. I'll see you. I'll be there with The Rock, and I'll tell him about you.
All right,
Bob.
fantastic. Yeah, please. He'll be asking about me.
All right, our next film is the new Cameron Crowe movie Aloha, which is basically Silver Linings Playbook meets The Descendants because it stars Bradley Cooper and takes place in Hawaii. And Bradley Cooper is torn between two women, and it takes place in Hawaii. Karen, let's talk about it.
New Bill Murray movie. New Bill Murray movie. New Bill Murray movie. If you want, I can do that live as well. New Bill Murray movie. New Bill Murray movie.
We anticipate that.
Thank you.
In Aloha, Bradley Cooper plays Brian Gilchrist, who unexpectedly falls in love with the hard-charging Air Force watchdog played by Emma Stone.
Willing suspension of disbelief.
Look, nobody unexpectedly falls in love with Emma Stone. Falling in love with Emma Stone is always expected. It's like saying Kevin James plays Paul Blart, who unexpectedly gets hit in the balls and falls down a lot. I didn't expect that at all.
No.
That's just the trailer.
That's unexpected.
Listen, if Emma Stone is in a movie, then somebody is going to fall in love with her. That's how it
But
is.
Bradley Cooper also has to decide between Emma Stone and Rachel McAdams. So perhaps this movie was adapted from the rap party for this movie.
The movie takes place in Hawaii, and so for the sake of authenticity, the filmmakers decided to have one of the female leads have an Asian surname, Allison Ng.
But for the sake of making money, they decided that this Asian character should be played by the aforementioned Emma Stone.
They want Charlton Heston to play a Mexican.
There are conflicting reports on the internet about the plot of this movie. Bart loves an Ed Wood
He's
drop.
so proud of himself.
IMDb says that Bradley Cooper's character is a celebrated military defense contractor, whereas Fandango says that he's a disgraced military defense contractor. Of the two types of military defense contractors in the world, which one seems more plausible, disgraced or celebrated? And really, is there such a thing as a celebrated military defense contractor? Well, tell you what. Let's stop guessing which one it is and just ask the movie.
Well, I remember the good times.
There were no good times. You cost us our prime new partner, a new space command center, all gone because cool guy here, Mr. Sexy Pants, Brian Gilchrist, blew the mission.
Well, there you have it. He was disgraced.
Actually, Paul, in the world of military defense contractors, that's what it sounds like when you're celebrated.
Not quite.
No?
I am Iron Man.
That's what it sounds like when a military defense contractor is celebrated.
I stand corrected.
Now, as you can tell from that clip there a little while ago, the movie also stars Alec Baldwin, everyone's favorite ball-busting speech giver.
You can't close the leads you're given. You can't close shit. You are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out.
Geez, what'd he do? Screw up getting the coffee?
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Things get all issuey, but then, thanks to Bill Murray...
God damn it, Bill fucking Murray!
Well, they stay all issuey, but just a thanks to Bill Murray for just being in the movie.
You're Bill Murray. Bill Groundhog Day ghost busting ass Murray.
Rounding out the cast is Rachel McAdams, as we mentioned, as Cooper's ex-girlfriend, Tracy Woodside, and John Krasinski as her husband, Woody Woodside. All right, stop. That's just stupid.
That is the dumbest. Aloha is from Cameron Crowe, the director of Jerry Maguire and Almost Famous. Or, if it doesn't do well, from the director of Elizabethtown and We Brought a Zoo.
Oh, that's true.
Hey.
He's due for something good. Yes,
I think this will be it.
You know what? I think I accidentally hit on something there. Cameron Crowe movie, we brought a zoo. I said, I'd like to see someone bring a zoo.
Did you say that?
I did, but I think seeing someone show up with a zoo would be cool.
What do you got there with you?
I brought a zoo.
Oh, let's take a look.
Come on in.
All right, who brought the zoo? Put it on the bed with the rest of the coats.
I love you. It's so good.
Now, I'm on record as saying
Some
that...
lunatic brought a zoo to a party and it went nuts.
Didn't see that coming. Now,
I thought everything would go fine.
I've gone on record as saying that I've entered a point in my life, Bob, you don't know this, where movie going for me is a very different thing than it was when I was a kid. Now, I don't want drama.
Okay.
I don't want danger. I don't want suspense. I want to know that my hero's going to win from beginning to end.
Okay.
I don't want to see him, in a situation where he might not win.
All right.
This is why I love Jack Reacher. If you've ever seen Jack Reacher.
I have not seen Jack Reacher, but I
starts
heard
a winner,
it's good.
ends a winner. He's a winner through the whole thing.
I like
Night and day, same thing. He's never in danger there. So this is my kind of movie because this is a man who has to choose between Emma Stone and what's the other one?
Rachel McAdams.
This is a man who cannot lose.
He's gonna win.
He's gonna win.
Yeah.
He's gonna land on his
way,
feet.
Bill Murray and Alec Baldwin. I mean,
Yeah. There's
Danny
losing.
McBride in there. That's a win.
There's a lot Danny McBride. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on
A lot of
in
winning,
that trailer.
except the name. We all sort of keep forgetting it. It's
Aloha.
kind of elusive.
Aloha,
Well, that's
yeah.
because it means both hello and goodbye.
That's why.
Thanks. Thank God you were here.
Thank you.
Well, first and
Complicated.
foremost, we're here to
Yes.
educate.
Right.
and
Yes.
inform, then entertain.
If we get to it. Yeah.
There seems like it's hard to get behind the defense contractor story, right? That's the
I didn't know that's what he was. I thought
that's
he
a
was just like
stumbling block for me.
Yeah.
I mean, like.
Yeah, is Halliburton really a warm and fuzzy thing?
Yeah, is that the sympathetic story we want to tell? I want to see
think-
this defense contractor find love. All right.
I think that we've already covered, like Paul said with the Iron Man drop, that's a defense contractor that has a change of heart.
Redeemed
and
himself.
redeems himself. And that's all that kind of movie I need.
Yeah, I think this will take place outside of his dealings in defense contractory.
Sure.
Like he'll start defense contracting, he'll end defense contracting, but in the meantime, deal with personal foibles.
Sounds like he gets a second chance. And who doesn't want a second chance?
Well.
I don't want a defense contractor to have a second. To your point.
You get one shot at this, buddy.
Oh, you see how mad Alec Baldwin was at him? That he blew it?
Yeah.
Did you feel that Alec Baldwin was maybe a little too mad?
Leaning into it?
It seemed a little like he was
must have had
leaning
his
into it.
ream. He must have had his ass ream, though.
All
Because
right.
that's kind of
By the
military shit.
director, you mean?
The
or-
general
Oh.
came and he chewed my ass out. Now you're going to hear about it.
All
You know,
right.
that's kind of how that goes.
It
I
was-
imagine.
Sure.
It
I
was
didn't, sir.
a lot when I heard it. I don't know, of course, because we haven't seen the movie yet. So, of course, he's probably acting it perfectly, but it's just such an interesting clip to
You
hear.
want a lot? Get Alec Baldwin.
That's true.
He'll deliver that lot.
Well, when you played the scene from
Glengarry.
Glengarry,
Oh, come on.
I got
he
stuck
nails
in that rabbit hole yesterday when I was writing that joke. I got stuck in the 15-minute rabbit hole of just watching that scene.
You can watch
Yes.
any part of that movie all the
Yep.
time,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
This is like, that's tight.
Oh, Lemon is so good in that, too.
I
Oh
went
my
straight
God.
from there to the, we're just talking about it as an idea.
Oh, you mean talking about the movie?
As a concept, as an idea, something
Oh,
that we
he's
would
gonna-
do. That scene at the bar where they're talking
That's gonna
about
go.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah. He'll pull you down the rabbit hole with him. You just go right ahead.
Better hold on to the table.
Yeah. Good. Just drop some pieces of bread so you can find your way out.
Come find me in an hour.
The leads are weak. I used to be a
Any
salesman.
thoughts for the table here that Bradley Cooper turns 40 this year and Emma Stone is going to turn 27?
See, she's too old for his love interest, right? She needs to be much younger. 23.
Now, see,
tops.
I find her extremely attractive.
Well,
Yeah.
Emma Stone. Much, I
That's
find her
what we're
much more,
saying.
much more attractive than, say, Unga Bunga Boobs,
Oh,
Sofia Vergara.
yeah. Well, also,
I didn't know that was a real name.
Unga Bunga Boobs is closer to the age of the actor, though. So what we're
True.
saying
But
is
I'm
the
just saying-
discrepancy in age.
I'm just
You're all
saying
for it.
Her features,
Oh,
you know,
you're not even listening to
the
what we're
youthful
saying.
skin,
You're such a stupid
the
head.
pertness of her.
Why did I bring this up?
Why did you bring this up?
Knowing where you would go. with
As
it.
a woman, I don't even think about that anymore. I guess I'm just kind of.
Pertness? I think about pertness.
No,
all
I
the time.
assume that in movies the woman is going to be way young. It's just how it is.
I know,
Oh,
but
yeah.
isn't that what they're fighting on?
I hope
Who did
yeah.
you just say that was too? Who didn't get a job because she was too old for the love
Oh,
interest?
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Megan, yeah,
Exactly.
Megan Gyllenhaal.
37, too old,
Come on.
too old to play the love interest of like a 55.
54, 55, yeah, something like that. Which is, come on. I mean, that's sending a message, and I think it's twisted.
Yeah.
And that's just screwing up the whole society. That's movies for you right there.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Obama.
Just, you know what? It's the exact same thing as a fault line. Once it separates, there's no more earthquake.
No more friction. There's no more friction.
So why have a big movie about it? Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
But I'm with you, Karen. I didn't think about the age difference. Yeah.
No, wait. Why are you thumbing to me? Did I think about it?
Yeah, you're the one that brought it up.
No. He
brought it up.
Oh, you brought it up.
Yeah.
Somebody over on this side of me brought it up.
Someone not you brought it up because you would never bring it up.
And the other thing that I found
He's all
interesting is
for
that
it.
somehow Bradley Cooper's playing the less attractive of the two. Like there's a scene between him and Krasinski where he's supposed to be not the attractive one.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Krasinski
he's
bulked himself up.
He was huge in that scene.
He worked out.
Well, that's the thing about this movie that kind of pulls me out of it is that there's a bunch of pretty people in it. And I know they're movies. I know that
We don't want to watch ugly people talk.
You don't want to watch an ugly person fall in love. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants
They don't do that anyway, do they?
No.
Ugly people hardly even stand upright.
I don't know how they do it.
can't
Honestly,
think
how
of
do they get up in the morning, go out in the world? I mean, God
feel-
love them.
God love the ugly people.
I can say that because everyone here is good looking.
Oh,
but
sure.
Can you imagine if an ugly person was here now?
Oh. They wouldn't be able to be here. They wouldn't be able to drive here. They'd have nowhere to live. It'd be ridiculous.
You know what? I see them and I get inspired.
The ugly people
The ugly
inspire
people.
you.
It's like if they can do it, God bless them.
You know,
There is just a parade of everybody in this movie. It's not that far
Beauty
cry
on parade.
from a disaster movie. There's just like a laundry list of people. Bill Murray and Alec Baldwin.
Burt Reynolds, Lonnie Anderson,
Everybody's got
Gary
everybody.
Coleman.
Slim Pickens is in there. It's like everybody.
Steve McQueen.
Rachel McAdams.
Minnie Pearl. I think Minnie Pearl's in this.
She certainly is.
And this is Cameron Crowe. Didn't he do the Almost Famous? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he did Singles, and he did a bunch of things, and then of course those other ones that nobody remembers.
Say Anything?
Yeah, sure.
I love that movie.
That
He's
was
done some
Cameron-
solid movies. Now,
Cameron
did he
Crowe,
write
yeah.
this too?
Yep.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So you got to give it
thing nowadays.
You got to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And I will go see it because Bill Murray's in it, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah,
Right.
we're going.
Hey,
Movie pass.
Right?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. And Bill Murray's
And
in
Bill
it.
Murray. of
and Bill
course.
Murray's in it.
And a quick side note: when I played that Woody Woodpecker thing, there's a property that could use a rebooting. Am I right?
Woody Woodpecker?
As an action hero?
They haven't had any Woody Woodpecker.
Maybe we could get Dwayne The Rock
an intelligent
Johnson to
reboot.
play Woody Woodpecker.
Yes, we got it.
I think that'd be perfect.
That's a Vin Diesel. That was a very good
Okay,
Diesel.
okay.
They're very similar.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait a minute. Before we leave Aloha, I got some Hawaii fun facts.
I can't wait.
Because, people are going to learn maybe about Hawaii for the first time when they see a movie like this.
like
They
this.
won't know anything about it, They
It's
won't.
the 51st state.
Yeah. There are only 13 letters in the Hawaiian alphabet, and every word ends in one of the 5 vowels.
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah.
Were you aware of that?
No.
The apostrophe-like mark you see in some Hawaiian words is called an okina.
Okina.
Yes. And I don't know if you're
Okina.
aware of this. We brought it up
Okina.
on the.
We are aware. The
on
movie guys
show
are aware.
Many times. Keanu means cool breeze.
Yeah.
doesn't it though?
Making Cool Breeze Reeves.
You know what?
The greatest name.
He's
of
the
planet.
greatest ever.
You could flip that too. You can say Cool Breeze equals Keanu, right?
And
He
you
defines.
absolute-
He works it both ways.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you
Okay.
had to say Cool Breeze,
Yeah.
you would.
Have you ever
say
been in his
Keanu.
presence?
No, I don't have to be. I feel him blowing everywhere.
Yeah, he's very chill.
I do want to meet him. I
imagine.
mean, he's a great guy. I did this whole segment about him, and we learned all this stuff about how he gives to charity, and he helped build a wing on the hospital because his sister had some sort of disease. And oh my God,
He's
great
good
guy.
people, good
guy.
people.
He also does that movie where he revenges the death of a puppy.
John Wick. Yeah.
Fan of that movie.
So let's see.
Good stuff.
Let's say we can. If you want to practice your Hawaiian, I got
Sure.
some sheets you can practice
Show
some
us
simple
how, Paul.
phrases. Well, okay. Let's say you wanted to wish Keanu Reeves happy Thanksgiving.
I would. I
Okay.
would.
You would say Ha'olela ho'omakikai, Keanu.
Oh, that's nice.
It's nice.
We should send that
Nice.
to him on
Authentic?
Thanksgiving. I did
Authentic?
like that.
Oh, I should have had some music playing.
Well, I don't want to be as non-secular, so I would just wish him a happy holidays, and I would say, I think it's Ha'olela ni'i Keanu.
He nailed Keanu.
What was that? What was that one? Happy.
That was Happy Holidays.
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
Ha'olela ni'i Keanu.
Well, we could sing the next one, right? Mele kaliki la maka is
The way you say Keanu.
Yeah, right?
That's Merry Christmas. That's that song. All right.
Yeah.
Keanu is floating off of all
I'm
of
starting to get
tongues.
this now.
It's just really floating.
So if I wanted to wish Keanu a Happy New Year,
Sure.
I would say Ha'ole makihi kiho Keanu.
Exactly.
That does sound natural for you.
Oh, I'm part
Anyway, so
Hawaiian.
there you go.
I
Now
think
you
it
can go to
helps that
Hawaii.
we're
You're a
all
little
wearing.
Polynesian. I love how Bob skipped Kwanzaa and Hanukkah. You went right down to New
I was
Year's.
cutting
the easier ones.
I wanted to, there's a lot of tricky words here.
Hanukkah's tough enough.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know which one was the Hawaiian one and which one was Hanukkah.
I just jumped because I wanted to end with Kiho.
I like I like Happy Birthday because that one says How ole alahola. It's like a lot about laying.
Keanu.
Keanu. There you
Keanu.
go.
All right,
Keanu.
enough of this foolishness.
All right, that was
We
very
have entirely different foolishness to get to.
What about Happy Retirement? All right.
Oh, not for Keanu. He's got to make John Wick 2.
Right?
He's going to. All right, let's get some ample guest time here. To remind you, our guest has appeared on TV shows like Community and Review.
Oh, yeah.
And is behind the web series he's created with his wife, Stephanie Weir, 11-Year Itch, which you can find on YouTube. We're getting some new episodes soon of that, right?
I think we're going to do, we're gearing up to do another round.
It's Bob Dassie, everybody.
There's so many
Still
people
going.
in this
Wow,
audience.
yeah.
People here love you.
Live studio audience.
Love it.
Let's lead with what we ask every guest on this show.
Okay.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
You know, I've been stressing about this for since you told me earlier that I was going to be doing it. Look, I'm going to cut to the chase. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut them in two, even though there's three. Let's cut it in two. I'll cut it in three. There's three different categories. I'll give them real quick. Alien, the first, the Alien, the original. Jacob's Ladder.
Oh.
Jacob's Ladder is my all-time favorite movie. Alien is my favorite movie, and then
you haven't made a solid distinction
no,
yet.
there's not a distinction. And then Raising Arizona is my favorite comedy. So Jacob's Ladder is my favorite psychological thriller, which is a very small category, but it is when it's done right.
Above
it's done
Silence of the
best.
Lambs.
Is that the?
It's better for me than Silence of the Lambs because it's about a man losing his identity, and it's just really great.
Spike through the penis? Is that the Jacob's Ladder?
No,
so.
Spike through the mouth.
Oh.
Isn't there one where isn't Jacob's Ladder gets one through the Swansea? What movie is that?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I will tell you this: when I saw Jacob's Ladder on VHS many moons ago, I watched it, I rewound it, I watched it again immediately. I don't think I've ever done that with a movie where I watched a movie right after I watched it because I was just like, and I had to watch
Is
it.
that good?
I've watched it many times.
I don't have my phone here, but I'm adding it to my list.
When you're watching
There
it,
might be a penis spike through the penis.
There
Just
could
I'm
be, there could be.
hoping.
I'm not sure. Yeah, there's something spiky. But one of the things about it, the screenplay, is every section of that movie, as he's wandering down this path, down his ladder, everything he just keeps losing more of his identity, and when you see it that way, the things that he loses and the things that he does, it's a really well done screenplay. It keeps me. It's almost like it's a lot like a film noir movie. Like if you saw Inherent Vice or The Big Lebowski, there's a similarity in your hero of both of those movies because it's somebody that's going down a path and we are with him. We don't know what's going on. And that's like a noir thing. And anyway, it's great.
It was Adrian Lyne.
Adrian Lyne directed it, and
heyday.
then Joel something Rubin, who also did
Bruce
Ghost.
Joel Rubin?
Yeah, Bruce Joel Rubin. Yeah,
Wow.
he did Ghost.
Yeah, because Ghost was a little lightweight, and Jacob's Ladder is
Jacob's
not.
Ladder's heavy.
Jacob's Ladder
It's
is
great.
super heavy.
And they did other effects in real time. So like they put a guy's head in a paint shaker.
Oh.
There's some good stuff.
That's fabulous stuff.
That guy with the shaky head, though,
Yeah.
that'll haunt your
That guy-
dreams.
yeah, that
that'll
guy's-
haunt your dreams, honey.
I was
Write
just
that down.
going to say, maybe I should cross this off.
Oh, it's
All right.
dark. He goes into the depths of hell. Yes,
Oh,
it's
fabulous.
but it's lovely. And then Alien was just one kind of movie with a super atmosphere. And then Raising Arizona is like a cartoon with people.
Wait. We're going
It's
too
the
fast.
best.
Let's go back to Alien.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to spend too much
I
time.
may have
on
brought it up last week because Poltergeist was remade, and that was tied for scariest movie I've ever seen, tied with Alien. The
Okay.
original Poltergeist was,
Sure.
tied with. Not, I haven't seen the new one.
Okay.
But yeah, with Alien, and I saw Alien on TV, like with commercials. And that night, I was in with the parents. I was like 9
Yeah, that's
or
one of
whatever.
them.
Yeah.
Well, Alien for me was I was a sci-fi kid, which was weird because I wasn't into Star Trek or Star Wars. I liked Star Wars, and I love it, and I'm still gonna have my kids see it and whatnot. But I didn't turn on the geekness until Alien came out, and it was '79. I was a youth, and it had gone. But then we had a second round movie theater that it came back to, and I remember my dad saying, "Hey, remember that movie you wanted to see that we missed?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "It's showing at the Trade Winds." And we got down there, and I loved it. I just watched it. My eyes were bulging over my head, and the movie is so atmospheric that it set the tone for that type of movie and how to do it right, and not to show the monster and to set the have real characters in there and have real drama
and really good actors.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, and how many times have I seen John Hurt's stomach blow up? You know, that's just some iconic filmmaking there. So I keep going back to that one. I saw that when they re-released it. I went back to the theater to see it again.
It's interesting you mentioned not seeing the monster much, because then when the sequel came out, there was so much
monsters crawling on the ceilings.
And that worked too, though. Somehow.
That worked too. That worked great.
And then
I
Alien 3 came out, and he went back to, let's not show the monster much.
Right.
We'll do monster point of view cam. And I was like, where's the monster? That's all I wanted was more Alien.
And then it was animated. That was like it was like
CGI.
CGI. So that kind of took a little out of it.
That's a step down from the Stan Winston. Stan Winston nailed that monster in Aliens.
Oh yeah.
He built that thing.
Oh my God,
built the shit out of it.
It was great.
Yeah.
Aliens was great too. Different type of reason I like that movie.
How well do you speak Raising Arizona?
Fluently? I don't know. I'm pretty good. I mean, depends on how deep you want to go.
Everybody freeze. Everybody down on the ground.
Well, do you want us to freeze, or do you want us to get down on the ground? Because if when we freeze, we ain't going to be able to get on the ground. If we get on the ground, we ain't going to be freezing.
Everybody freeze and forget that part about get on the ground. Forget that part about freezing. That is till you get down there.
Do the one about when he's trying to explain what the kid was wearing.
Oh, he had Yoda's. He had pajamas. There was Jim.
Could you describe the pajamas, sir?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Little PJs. What do you have?
Could you describe
shit on them? What do you say?
Yoda's and shit on.
Was the boy wearing anything? Nobody sleeps naked in this house, son. What was he wearing? What was he wearing? His
There's
pajamas.
so many.
Could you describe the pajamas, sir? I don't know. They were PJs. They had Yodas and shit on them.
Love that movie. You know, I gotta. Well, first of all, that movie has so many great lines. Released ourselves on our own recognizances. Just it's you know, when we talk about playing to the top of our intelligence, everybody in there is they think they are the smartest people in the room.
Yeah.
And that motivates their characters, and it is just phenomenal that they didn't play, because they're all like they could be seen as stupid people, but they're very intelligent and posed. It's almost like if you've seen the Trailer Park Boys. There's a similarity in there, is that there's like a high Shakespearean drama in this in their work, in their pursuits.
I think there's a perfect example of what you're talking about, because that did occur to me, is that high is not stupid. And there's a particular line in there that when I heard it and I really let it sink in, I was like, this reveals so much about him and how he thinks. There's a line where he says, it was hard to straighten up and fly right with that son of a bitch Reagan in the White House. And then he says, I don't know, they say he's a good man. And here's the line that really trips it. Maybe his advisors are confused. So he has this deep understanding of how politics works, and hey, maybe he's just getting bad advice from the top chief of staff and everyone else. And who would think this guy would put that much analysis into how the president does his job?
He's a thought out character that has points of view. He has a passion and a dream, and he wants to make his wife happy. So he goes and robs a kid, and it's just brilliant.
But you would think that a guy like that would just go, "It's the president's fault," and that's as far as he thinks about the world. It's blame the president.
It's so much more.
He takes that one step and he goes, well, he's got a committee, he's got a staff. Maybe these people are, giving him some bad advice. Once that clicked for me, watch that movie again and have that in the back of your mind, and it'll really open up that.
He's great.
And how they nail that tone, the Coen brothers. And it's completely different from the tone before Blood Simple and the tone after Miller's Crossing. Anything after. Yeah.
I've been looking for their next raise, and they're not going to repeat it. but and that's what makes Raising Arizona such a wonderful movie, because they didn't try to repeat it. It's a cartoon when they're the way the cinematography in that movie, the music, it's just such a unique film, and it just makes me happy.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Were they brothers?
You mean the with the Woody Woodpecker
Yes.
thing?
What was with the Woody Woodpecker tattoo? I've never been able to resolve that.
I don't know. That's a Coen brother.
Was that his just alter ego? Was it a parallel dimension of High? Was it his brother?
It could have been his hard what is it? His problems. It could have been his
manifestation
his
of
dark
his-
side.
yeah.
You know, like if he was, trying to keep something down, that thing kept on coming back up. It
showed up in the dreams.
It might
and then
not
showed
be.
up in person.
Yeah.
Good call.
Found him.
Interesting.
Always could find him.
I never got that deep on that.
I don't know. It's good stuff. And then a special mention to a movie called Leolo. We don't have to talk about it. But see,
Animated?
no.
That sounds Hawaiian.
Leolo is by a French Canadian director who died. That was the only movie he made, and that movie is one of a kind too. It's in French. It's in I think it's in French, but it's fantastic. Leolo. Right. But that's a whole nother. That's an arty movie.
Nice. Karen doesn't have to write that one down.
No, you don't.
I wouldn't know how to spell it.
No,
you wrote down Jacob's Ladder.
I did. I wrote that down.
I recommend Jacob's Ladder a lot.
It means cool breeze in Hawaiian.
All right, now speaking of playing to the top of your intelligence, you do this show DASOLPESTIAS, and it's with Rich Tallarico and Craig Kukowski, friend of the show.
Yes, correct.
And Rich Tallarico, who I'd love to have come on the show sometime.
I'll
and
tell
we've
him.
talked, and he's always been busy. The guy's writing all over the place. Is that what got you on review? Because I know he worked on writing on review.
No, I just I was just a part of review. I didn't work on his episode. I know Andy Daly, so I think it was in a pool of people that they called from. So I was just one of the people.
Cool.
Yeah.
But that trio you have with Craig and Rich. How long have you guys been working together?
We've been doing 16 years.
Wow. As DASOLPESTIAS?
As DASOLPESTIAS, on and
Wow.
off over the years. But I mean, yeah, that's been a kind of a constant.
Did you start in Chicago?
Started in Chicago in like 90, well, I guess 16 years ago, so 99, I guess maybe.
I mean, could it be more group mind? I mean, at this point,
we know each other so much. We're gonna stop working with each other so we can we can evolve our personalities again so we can come back and surprise each other. No, it's been we've loved performing together. We're just gonna take a breather, but yeah, we got like 4 more shows in June, and I think we're gonna go to Austin to do an improv festival out there with my wife Steph, and then we're still gonna work together, but just maybe not as regularly.
Are you afraid that that's never going to come back? Because this is a huge. I've seen the show, brilliant show.
Thank you.
And after 16 years, do you have a time that you're going to say, okay, we're going to be back by now? Is this open-ended break?
No, I think it's an open-ended break, and it's basically just to do other things, and then and we're going to be friends. I mean, we're still hanging out, so I'm sure we're going to get back together and do it again in various levels.
I don't know. That's how it started with the Beatles. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I know.
I'm a little.
We got no Yokos
concerned.
though.
Oh, good.
No
That's
Yokos.
true.
I don't know if we have any Lennons or McCarthys either. I think we squeeze a Ringo out.
You definitely have a Ringo and a George Harrison.
No
Just
Yoko,
a bunch of Ringos. Huh?
no Yoko Rico or Yoko
Ringo,
Kowski.
Ringo was the right drummer for the Beatles. Let's all just say that right now.
So I knew you from Improv Olympic in Chicago, and then IO West out here. Did you ever study at Second City?
Yeah, I did Second City Northwest, which was a suburban branch.
Oh, and you performed out there?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I did a student show that went on to run for like 8 months or something like that.
Wow.
And then I did the Second City Downtown as well. And then I toured with Second City, but that's as far as I went with Second City.
Cool. So who were your teachers?
Oh, I had my very first improv teacher ever was Stephen Colbert.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
My second was David Rosowski.
Yeah.
Third was Steve Carell.
Nice.
And then I had Jim Zulovic. I had Martin DeMott. I had wonderful teachers.
You did.
Out there. And then I had Del Close at IO, and Kevin Dorff and Mick Napier and Brian Stack and Anna McKay, and I was in a good place at a good time.
I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but Dassie-Dorf, right? You two guys go out and tour together. Yeah.
Double D. Go back to Sophia Unga
Bunga Boobs.
Unga Bunga Boobs.
I don't know. I didn't want to throw a double D in there, but that's
I'm
what
sure
I
she is. Yeah.
All right, let's call her Double D.
Yeah, double D's.
And Weird Ass is your show with your wife.
That's true. That is true.
Stephanie Weir, Bob Dassie.
That is true. Weird Ass. Yes, it's her last name and half of my last name. Weird Ass. It just makes sense.
She's in The Comedians right now, no?
She is in the show The Comedians.
She's doing great in that.
Thank you
Love
so
that
much.
show.
She is.
She might actually be the
wonderful.
highlight of that show.
She's wonderful, and they gave her room, and she's just a incredible performer. So she's all over that.
There's a lot of improvisation there, isn't there?
There is. They had some good room in that, and the show is just incredibly fun and incredibly funny. I just enjoy the show. We were talking about Louis the other day, which we love Louis, but then we watched the show, and it deals with things that right now, you know how you're talking about going to see movies? Mm-hmm. The movies I want to see right now are the ones that make me not think about reality. Like I was in Fury Road, and I was watching it in 3D in the IMAX chairs, and I was so close. Charlize Theron was sitting next to me, and that's my kind of 2-hour extravaganza. Like things just keep going, and everything builds, and it's fantastic. That's what I need, a little escapism. I don't need to sit there and watch, somebody having an existential crisis. I'm in the middle of one of those right now.
That's happening anyway.
I don't need to talk about it. I'm having one. I'm having an existential crisis. We'll move on and watch something fun.
That happened to me. That realization of Louis occurred recently, and it happened to me with 2 different shows. Several years ago, I didn't have cable. I was churning my own butter and living out in the woods. But anyway, we didn't have cable, and so we would get Netflix shows, and we decided to watch Sopranos.
Okay.
Watch Sopranos every night for 30 days.
Oh my God! No. That's tough. Once a week was the way that you can get a cleanser
with a big 8-month break in the middle because you need.
Yes.
So we watched it every night for like 3 weeks, and then we looked at each other like, okay, this has got to stop. And that happened to me with Louis the other day because they had a marathon on.
Yeah.
And I watched 3 in a row, and I'm like, oh no, I need to go eat a salad and feel better about myself.
You can't binge on everything.
No, you can't.
That's that binging thing. I know that's the new way to do it, but you got to take a little breather to because that's some way that's how you enjoy the ride. You pace it out a little bit.
Now the one show I could binge on was Arrested Development.
Oh sure, but that's comedy.
Yeah, and that's very light and easy. Goes down like a fluffer nutter. Yeah.
We're watching The Fall right now. I don't know if you know this BBC show with Gillian Anderson and Christian Grey, whatever his name is.
Yeah, the guy from the Shades of Grey.
Jamie Dornan. Dark. Bleak.
There's no comedy in it. There's
no
nothing
hope
light.
for humanity with this show. It's good.
We don't
but
watch it every day.
Jesus. Yeah, we're 3 episodes in, and we're taking a break.
Take a little break.
Have you heard of the BBC show called Black Mirror? It's like there's only 6 episodes, and it's like a Twilight Zone thing, but it is heavy. Oh. It's so well done and it's brilliant, but there's some heavy chunks of information coming at you, and you're just like, I gotta go watch Godzilla again. Just clear my mind a little bit and watch some guys paratrooping into the dinosaur.
So then, all right. So then you get to work. So when you get to work with Stephanie, then you create this show, 11-Year Itch.
Yeah, it's literally a passion project that we do. We've got a lot of things going on. We got 2 kids. And somehow we squeezed in a couple of these rounds. We've gotten 12 episodes done, and we do them 6 at a time, and we shoot them all in one day. Whoa. So and then they go off, and our director editor Rick Serena, who's fantastic, he puts his magic on them and makes them worth looking at.
I want to play one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is one called Worst Case Scenario, and all of these are super digestible by YouTube. They're minute, 2 minutes.
They're a minute long, a minute or less.
Yeah. And they just sort of capture you guys in a situation like this one.
I want you to know, if anything ever happens to me.
Oh, honey, don't even go there.
If anything ever happens to me, I want you to get right back out there. I want you to find a new man if you want to, and I want you to live your life.
Oh, honey, you're so sweet. Thank you for saying that.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And if anything ever happens to you...
Nothing's going to happen to me.
Well, if anything ever did,
Nothing is happening to me.
That's awesome.
There it is.
Accurate?
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, accurate reflection of the home life.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good. Charming.
Nothing is happening.
Well, you know, our directive on these things is just, there's so many couples fighting all the time on shows,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's what they portray comedy as.
Yep.
There's people tearing in, saying horrible things to each other. So we wanted to just do a different kind of couple and find comedy in that. So
I like that, and not to stay too much in TV guy land, but that's one of the things I hated about Everybody Loves Raymond. As I love the show, but there was no way these people would be together. They just hated each other.
I've watched a lot of Frasier. Recently, just when I'm at my desk, I just started playing Cheers till I got through all of them.
Oh, yeah.
I'd seen most of them before anyway, because Cheers and Frasier are my favorite shows.
Sure.
And so I went right on to Frasier, and I'd be working at my desk. Those would just play until I played all 8 seasons or whatever. And there's no way you're friends with Frasier Crane after 2 seasons of his massive mistakes, unless you're in a sitcom. But to your point.
Exactly.
I never thought about that on Frasier.
But
the things he does, and then he goes, "I'm sorry," and then he's fine, and you're on to the next episode.
You're back. And everything's back to reset.
But no way you destroyed his business. You crashed the car.
I'll tell you,
wrecked a relationship.
Inspiration though from Everyone Loves Raymond is there's an episode where they come home and there's a suitcase on the stairways. Have you seen that one?
I saw that.
I think it's called The Suitcase, and it's just all about them arguing, or not even arguing. It's the passive aggressive arguing that they do about who's gonna put away the suitcase.
Oh.
And that's just it's this comedy brilliance. That's why
I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the show.
No, but it is yeah. You see people.
She hates him by the last 3 episodes or last 3 seasons of that show. Just hates him.
Every
with a burning
sitcom
passion.
wife hates the sitcom husband. That's part of the way.
Well,
it's
thanks
made.
for not doing that.
Well, that's why it's not a sitcom. That's why it's a minute long.
Here's what you need.
I don't know if you can
Another
sustain
minute,
it for
another minute they start flapping at each other.
We bust into fights.
Every sitcom needs wife hates husband.
Sure.
A sofa in a living room.
Sure.
And friend. Guy, friend, or brother.
Of course.
Yeah.
Gotta have
There's
that
your
guy
formula. Boom. Sofa's really the key, though.
Yeah, sofa brings it all together.
Really nice sofa.
All right, well, let's get on to what? Whoa, the title says it all.
What did you see this week?
I like that a lot.
We eventually get to the K sound, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you see? I went to a triple feature, which is really the best kind of day one can have.
Triple feature.
I did.
Well, I
When does
passed
that day
to you.
start?
Yeah.
11 a.m. Avengers: Age of Ultron last Saturday morning.
Out of the gate.
Viewing number 2.
Oh.
Because I go to 2D first, and then if I want to go again, I'll check out the 3D.
What was your triple lineup?
That, Pitch Perfect 2, and Mad Max Fury Road, which we'll round table in a second. But let me just address Avengers for a second, because I first saw that, and I want to retract my
I didn't know there was a
looking at the
poster.
poster, yeah.
Everyone just turns. I'm like, I'm going to turn with them.
Everyone turned
there's
away
a
from me.
poster.
There it is.
I first saw that movie, and I went, that was a lot of movie. And now I saw it the second time, and I went, oh, that is a lot of movie! Like, I enjoyed myself so much more the second time. So if you went and you saw it, and you went, it's good, but there's a lot going on. You got to kind of take it all in. Once it's all taken in, see it again, and it's nothing but fun and enjoying all that stuff you took in the second time through.
All right.
The comedy lines hit better, the action hits bigger, and the relationships click. It's real solid movie. I enjoyed it a lot. That Whedon guy, man, they're asking a lot of him to reel all this stuff in, and he does.
He's pulling it all together, right? They got this TV show. They got everything going on. It's like the whole universe
and they're tying
coming
it
together?
in. Yeah, like there's a little thing that happens at the end of this movie that they hint as to how it happened. Because if you watch the movie, you're like, how could that happen in the TV show, which I don't watch. But someone told me about it.
Wow.
About it anyway.
How
But
comes
you talk about iconic shots. What were we talking about with that? Alien? Which one was
Alien,
the
Raising
iconic
Hope.
shots?
Iconic scenes in Aliens.
Joss Whedon
Or
creates iconic superhero shots throughout this movie. Throughout the first one, too, I thought.
Okay.
Pitch Perfect 2, not my thing. I guess it's a good one of those things, but it's not my thing. Mad Max Fury Road. Now let's talk about this.
Oh, God.
That movie is mental.
That movie's the best thing ever created in the world.
But it's like a lunatic asylum, right? Like,
sure, but that movie knows exactly what it is from the first letter on page 1 to the last letter on page 8.
Yeah,
because that's all. There's not a lot of dialogue in that movie,
and they don't lay out the plot straightforwardly either.
No.
Not until we're under a huge chase you realize why there's people chasing each other.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
Now, how detailed can we talk about this movie? Because I
would rather not have huge spoilers, but whatever you want to say.
Well, let's just say, because I can't really, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but let's just say this.
Yeah,
this movie is laid out. They put out the whole world, right? They build a solid foundation of what this world is, and then when the chase starts happening. I mean, that's not a spoiler alert, right? This is a chase.
This is a chase.
It's all one long chase scene. But there is a reveal on the bad guys' chase mobiles that fits so perfect. It's such a big swing, but it fits so perfectly in the world that they established that you just go, bravo. You just go, holy shit, that was awesome. And that's how I felt the whole movie.
That's cool.
Holy shit, this is awesome.
And now apparently the thing to check out are videos that are surfacing showing on-set filming. Because there's apparently no green screen and no CGI. Everything that blows up, there's like the occasional,
there's a couple of things with bodies flying, but
but other than that,
I am intrigued
they're
now.
smashing cars. They're doing
and
stunts.
it feels that way. It feels so you're right there, and you're not pulled away by CGI.
I think they buried the lead. That's what it should just be called. These are practical effects. It should just be called "We're blowing shit up."
This is like
practically.
This is like when bands would say there are no keyboards on this album or something like that.
Yeah, real trumpets.
Yeah, the real trumpets. Yeah.
No music was harmed in the making of this. No instruments were harmed in the making of this music.
Yes.
I like that. I think you're right. There's something that is captured whenever you have a real car flipping over. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is an intense movie, and I love it. And Tom Hardy, who is just a presence. He's a presence. I mean, if you've seen his movies, there's a movie he does called Bronson, which is just, crazy. And he just is such gravitas in everything he does. He doesn't even need to speak in this movie.
I wish they gave him a little better dialogue.
I don't know.
Because he does grunt a lot.
He
like,
does. He
even
doesn't-
really important things are going on. He's like,
do this, hold that, go there. Yeah, he's just about survival. He's like well, that's the thing. I think that's the thing. He's like back to an animal.
He's a hunk of meat, isn't he?
Oh,
He's like
boy,
made
that
of
guy.
cement or something.
Well, we're all big fans of Tardy, as I like to refer to him.
Tardy?
Tom
Tardy.
Hardy.
Sure, Tardy. Sure.
And we saw a movie Locke that we would like to recommend to you.
That's the one when he's in the car, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I heard. I keep hearing. I gotta.
good.
see
That's a
that.
very hard movie to talk about without giving anything away, so we won't talk about it.
I hear it's
But
great. You sit
if
in
you
the car.
want Tom Hardy talking, there's your movie.
That'll do it.
Yeah, he makes up for the slack in Mad
Watch
Max.
those things together. Do a super cut of those two.
I do have a question for you, Paula, because I've done that once before. I snuck into like 2 extra movies after my movie, and it really messes with your head when you go in at 11 and you come out at 8 and it's dark and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Don't you get a headache, movie headache?
You do, and I have a hard time remembering what happened in what movie. I mixed my Super Cop and my Eraser.
Super Cop and Eraser.
Eraser. I mixed those up.
Now that might be easy to mix up, but I don't think you're going to mix up Fury Road with
Avengers
Pitch Perfect.
and Pitch Perfect.
too.
Yeah, you gotta switch them around. You gotta play with the
genre.
The genres. So.
Well,
Are you-
Avengers starting things off, it was all sort of, that movie is so bombastic. It was only, I don't want to say downhill from there because that sounds like quality, but it was only downhill as far as like even Mad Max didn't pulverize you quite as much as Avengers Age of Ultron. That movie says, I'm like, all right, then I can get into the acapella and,
like
recoup
a cleanser,
for the car chases. And here's another way to do it. I saw each movie with a different person. So it would be movie brunch, movie lunch,
nice,
movie dinner.
Wow.
And so you get all those
nice.
people.
I
becomes a day.
wasn't involved in any way.
Oh, well.
I don't know what I was doing.
You had a great time, though.
You and I saw 2 animated movies in one day, and that was a bit much for me.
What was that? The Puss in Boots Rio 2?
Yep.
Well.
Rio might have been the first Rio.
Rio.
I don't think I
And then
saw
Puss in Boots in Rio.
Have you seen Puss in Boots?
I have.
That movie is hilarious.
Hilarious.
It's got the kittens
Yeah.
with the big eyes. Yeah.
So well written. The jokes in that are so
I
funny.
watched that with my kids. When I watched with my kids.
Yeah.
Do you have a movie that you hope to like it one day? Like you said, you're okay with Star Wars, but is there a movie you're like, when I show this to my kid? What do you have? Boy, girl?
I got one of each.
One of each. So,
You have one of those boy girls?
7 and my boy is 5. I'm holding off to see Star Wars with them probably when he's 7. I know it's a long time, but like I don't want to pooch it. Why pooch it? What's
That's
the
when I
rush?
saw it.
Yeah, that's when I saw it too. It's like I want him to be. I don't want him to run out of the room when Darth Vader shows up. You know what I mean? And right now he does. He'll run out of the room. It's the music when you hear dun 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 dun. Like he's like, I'm out. It's the bad guy. All right, I don't mind it. I can't hold it against him. It's terrifying. But I want him to have a little bit more. But yeah, that's a good question. Like, is there a movie we have been going back to old movies, they're old movies now. Like we watched E.T. together. Moved my daughter to tears.
Oh, yeah.
So great.
Good.
And that movie is just a different time. A kid goes out into the woods and goes missing. You know, nobody. And the mom's like, where's your brother? It's not that panicky. And then
even with coyotes all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's worried. Ghostbusters we watched with them recently. That's
How was that received?
they liked it.
Yeah, you're very intelligent children.
Karen's favorite.
That's the answer to what your favorite movie is, but it's all right. You picked some good ones.
No,
That's
it's not. You have to understand. It's like Nick Cage. I don't think I can watch him in anything anymore, which makes it that much more disappointing because he's in one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And
Can you not watch Arizona now?
I can't watch it. I can't even. I'm going to Phoenix this weekend. I'm gonna have a hard time.
No, but I meant the movie. You can't watch Raising Arizona.
No, he can watch that one. Just no.
I can't. Anything else? There was another movie he was in called Birdie that I tried to rewatch and it did not hold up.
Oh, I hate to hear that. That is the most underrated movie of all time.
Birdie?
Yeah.
Well, believe me, that was like one of my. I was really into people going crazy movies.
What a fantastic movie that
It's
is.
a great movie.
It doesn't hold?
It didn't hold up partly because of like the 30 years that went by. I think that's the hold up. That's the definition of doesn't hold up.
I was hoping because it didn't take place in '84 that it was even harking back to the 50s.
It seemed like maybe the drama spoke to me more when I was more angsty, but I'm much less angsty now, so the drama was a little bit more.
One of the best endings of a movie ever.
I did love. I loved all of the non-war stuff, like all the flashback stuff. That stuff held up to me, but the war stuff was a little muddy. But anyway, and then Holly Hunter in Raising Arizona is fantastic. Actually, the whole cast in that thing.
Yeah.
Come on,
that's great.
So I can keep going back to that.
Okay, good. I would hate for you to lose that.
I can't. I'm not gonna lose that.
I can watch
quality.
Moonstruck anytime, any day.
That
was the Nick Cage heyday.
Yeah. See, then that's one I really haven't seen the whole thing of, so I should. I've seen pieces of it. There's a couple of movies like that.
There's a reason that won Best Original Screenplay.
Without a doubt.
It started in that script. That is gold. That script is gold.
I gotta see.
And everyone just stay out of the way, do your part, and you'll be in a brilliant movie. And they were.
I love it. I saw Ex Machina.
Mike.
Oh.
Ex Machina, which was really good.
I want to see that now.
I liked it a lot. It was very solid, not as surprising as I thought I would be, but I really liked it. It was really well done and really had some good questions. And then Fury Road was the one I saw earlier in the week.
That's right.
Which did I mention that's the best thing ever made in the world?
You did.
It's a joy. It's a literal joyride for me. I mean, of that genre. If you want, like I say about Pacific Rim, another movie that I enjoy. If you want a movie with giant monsters fighting giant lizards, then that's your movie. If you don't go into it expecting something else.
Right.
Same thing with Fury Road. If you want a nihilistic end of the world chase movie, then that's the movie. But don't go looking for the love story.
Are you familiar with the original Mad Max?
I am.
Toe Cutter?
Yes. He's the guy.
Yeah, I just found that out. Fun fact. There's a villain from
Wait a minute, I
the
wanna have
first
fun.
movie.
Yeah.
I like fun.
I know you insist all your facts be fun. You're
either fun or toyed.
Yes.
I'll either have fun facts or factoids.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
This is a fun fact, I think. It's a full fact.
Okay, a full-on fact.
The actor Hugh Keys Byrne, who played Toe Cutter in Mad Max, is Immortan Joe, the bad
big
guy,
guy. Oh, okay.
in the new Mad Max movie.
That's what I saw this weekend.
But I don't think the same character.
No, Mad Max 2.
Mad Max 2.
What, Road Warrior?
Road Warrior. It was on, no, they called it Mad Max 2. Yeah, Road Warrior. Yeah, that was on my TNT TBS lineup this weekend.
Excellent.
Not a good movie.
Oh,
what, the Road Warrior?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
How dare you, sir.
What do you mean?
Are you sure you didn't see Thunderdome?
No,
that
it was,
could be. It was Tina Turner in it.
A bunch of kids ruining everything?
No.
It's like the Ewoks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Road Warrior babies. It was the Road Warrior babies, like the Muppet babies. No, I only watched an hour of it, but I thought it was really like cheesily produced. There's a scene where the guy with the helmet's like just screaming, and you don't hear him talking. He's just flexing his muscles and pointing, and it goes on for like 10 minutes.
Okay, don't see the new movie then.
Okay.
No, you might.
Got a ton of weird shit in it.
There's a lot of pointing and screaming.
Is there a lot of flexing and pointing and screaming?
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
A lot of guitar and stuff. Yeah. All right, well, let's wrap things up here with a bang. It's time for Karen's weekly look at the birthdays of those who make the movies with Karen's Birthdays. Here we go.
Let's start off our week of birthdays by wishing a very happy birthday to friend of the show, Jamie Kennedy.
Happy birthday,
Who
Jamie!
turns but can play anywhere from Malibu's Most Wanted to Gotham's Most Wanted.
Is he in Gotham?
Paul, I would like you to play the clip for Pineapple Under the Sea.
Oh, I don't have that.
Yeah, I knew you'd forget.
Let's make a quiet moment and put it in post. Best Christian Bale as Sponge Pants Bob?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
I have no children.
That's okay.
That's okay. That's true.
Here are some fun facts about our friend Jamie. Are you ready,
I
Bart?
insist.
All right. According to IMDb, he moved to Hollywood after graduating from high school and worked at Red Lobster. And he was an extra in several movies, including a small, uncredited role in the 1989 film Dead Poets Society.
Really?
His career wasn't taking off the way he would like, so he did something that I think is super great, and I wish I had the balls to do this. His career wasn't taking off the way he'd liked, so he took matters into his own hands and created a fake screen agent, Marty Power, to promote himself when no real agents were interested in signing him.
Power.
So Marty Power to call people up and get this guy on work.
You get him Scream?
I don't know, but we'll have to ask him. Why didn't we ask him when he was here?
I didn't know anything about Marty Power.
Marty Power is only amazing.
Let's have Marty Power on next time.
Yes.
Not Jamie Kennedy.
I have another fun fact, and this one, it's so fun, in fact, that when I was doing Tina Fey's birthday last week, I do a little research on everybody, and I found out something about her, and I found out the same thing about Jamie Kennedy. It's crazy. Jamie
They both
Kennedy,
attended your wedding shower?
They both attended my wedding shower and taught me improvisation.
You forgot that Jamie was there.
I forgot that Jamie was also there with Tina. No, it turns out that both of them were born in 1970 and into Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. Like, that is a small town.
Something in the water.
I wonder if they knew each other.
How do you not get born in
went to school
1970 together in Darby together
and not know each other?
and not know each other?
I gotta say, though, have you ever seen them in the same place at the same time?
I think you're onto something.
That's all I'm saying. Because Tina wasn't here when he was in the Admiral's Club, and whenever Tina was in my living room teaching me improvisation, Jamie wasn't
Was
there.
nowhere to be seen.
Huh.
Nowhere to be seen. Probably the same person.
I would have to say, Bart, that is a fun fact. That's a fun factoid. It's a combination.
Oh, that was a double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
good
got
times.
2 things out of
Nice.
that.
Yep.
Continue.
Next up, let's wish a very happy birthday to the great Jack McBrayer.
Hey.
Jack, that's right. Jack
Yes.
McBrair's birthday's today.
It's so exciting.
Allow me
Yes?
to just say
Continue.
that the last time I saw Bob here improvise was a show called Quartet. Craig Kukowski was in that show, but not there that night, so it was Tallarico, Gene Villapique, and Jack McBrayer.
Jack
and Bob.
McBrayer.
Yeah, it was a great show.
I was just going to say he can play anywhere from cheerful and very polite to southern and very polite. And we all know him, and he's very polite.
He is.
Lovely man.
Greatest
Good-looking
guy.
man, too.
Yeah.
Good-looking
Very
guy.
handsome in person.
Very handsome. Currently, he can be seen in the Jack and Triumph show, I believe, on Adult Swim, where he is an executive producer.
Nice.
Rock and roll. Love that. I think it's a perfect show because you have Jack, who's adorable, and a foul-mouthed, offensive dog puppet. Please, they had me at hello on that. How can I not? How can I not watch that show?
Apropos of Cameron Crowe Week.
The perfect show, right? And lastly, let's wish a very happy birthday to Helena Bonham Carter, someone that we have not studied improvisation with, and I don't think any of us actually know her. Okay.
Has she been to your wedding shower?
She hasn't been to the wedding shower, and she's not from Upper Darby, Pennsylvania.
She has not been in my kitchen.
You are right.
Cliff, you've made me reevaluate the whole show.
I'm going to go to Tibet and become a monk.
She turns 48, but can play anywhere from eccentric to curvaceous. She has made 6 films with Mr. Johnny Depp, and now I bring to you the table. I submit to you. Can you name the 6 films that she made with Johnny Depp? And you can say them in any order. They don't have to be in the order they're on my paper.
Scissorhands.
No.
No.
Strike one.
Strike one.
The Sweeney Todd.
Point right here, Bob.
That's what I meant to
Corpse
say.
Bride.
Okay, 1-1. All right, good.
She did.
what was the
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
All right, so we got 2-1.
There's one just
good.
recently.
Oh, this is a.
Yeah, it's a
I thought we were working
competition.
together.
Bob's winning.
I apparently was eliminated. No, the one recently with they were like the Addams Family. What's that?
Right? What is it?
Dark Shadows.
Yeah,
Dark Shadows.
3-1.
That's mine. No, I'm taking that one.
I got to get the next 3, or I'm out.
All right, there's only 3 more. Come on.
Let's see. Johnny Depp wasn't in a room with a view.
No.
Nor was he in Fight Club.
One of.
Wait. I just got to keep going through these.
One of them's from 2007.
Ed Wood.
No.
She wasn't in Ed Wood.
She's not in Ed Wood, and I would have said that immediately.
Did you guys do the musical yet?
Yeah, he said Sweeney Todd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sweeney Todd. Let's see. What else was she?
Oh, the animated one. Did you do that one?
I said Corpse Bride.
You did that one.
Are you writing these down?
I didn't write them down.
What about the Headless Horseman one?
Yes.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
They have no.
Wait, she's not.
She's not in that one.
That's Christina Ricci.
That's fascinating.
We suck.
The one with the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger.
Yeah, because Helena Bonham Carter was in that. She had the peg leg. And did you say Alice in Wonderland?
We did not.
Of course we did.
Of course
You meant that when you said Charlie
Bob
the Trucker.
still, he still wins. Yes. And Bart, you know how much I love when celebrities sing.
This is true. People always ask me, can you tell me 2 interesting things about Karen? And I'll say, she loves Bill Murray.
Loves Bill Murray.
If you don't know that.
Interesting.
I picked that up.
And 2, fun fact, toyed about Karen.
Yeah.
Loves when celebrities sing.
I do love when celebrities sing, so I'm just going to have a...
God damn it, Bill fucking Murray!
That's amazing. That should be my ringtone.
I gotta get
amazing.
this. This is important.
I gotta get this.
It might be Bill Murray.
Oh my God. Anyway, so I'm gonna play a little something for you because I loved Cinderella, the one that recently came out from Disney, and this is a little Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo by the lovely Miss Helena Bonham Carter from Cinderella.
Oh, she was good in that film.
She was really good in it. Her hair wasn't all crazy. I think that helped.
My turn.
Don't you feel better about yourself now?
Feels happy.
Feels happy.
Did you take the kids to the Cinderella movie?
My wife did.
Yeah.
Did the kids like it? I loved it.
I think they liked it. Yeah.
It was a beautiful movie. It was really,
great. It was well
really
done.
beautiful.
Yeah,
They were
it's a
happy.
fairy tale.
Yeah.
Mess around.
And they give you a lot of backstory, so instead of just, we hate the stepmother because she's mean, you totally get what she's dealing with. It's really great.
And they didn't rap or anything. You know, it was Cinderella. You know?
Right. It wasn't the updated.
No DJ. Yeah.
They also liked the other musical that was just out about the fairy tales. What is it called?
Into the Woods?
Into the Woods. Into the Woods. Yes, they like that too.
All right, well, that wraps another movie showcast, everybody. Together, we are the Movie Guys. Individually, we are
Karen Volpe.
You can all follow us at Twitter at The Movie Guys for daily jokes and links. Also, Facebook.com/The Movie Guys, as well as iTunes, Vimeo, YouTube, Funny or Die, SoundCloud, Vine, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever, all that shit. Thanks to Bob Dassie for coming on the show. And where can we find you for social media and all that?
Oh, you can go to Weird Ass Improv at Twitter, at Weird Ass Improv, or Facebook, or yeah, that's about it.
And cover you. Yeah, we'll find out when the new episodes of 11 Year Itch come out, right?
Oh, yeah.
So get on there now and track that stuff. Also, thanks to Steve Scholes for his writing contributions to the show every week. And as always, we owe everything to Pat Peach.
Yes.
Summer movies kick up a notch as we get into June next week, and we'll be back to talk about Entourage, Spy, Insidious 3, and more. We'll see you then.
Yay!
Thanks, Bob.
I would like
My
to say,
pleasure.
how ole ho, how u mama uau, Keanu.
What did you wish him?
Happy retirement, actually.
There it is.
Nice. The curse.
We need a break.
But the thingy-bob that does the job